What is up YouTube, and welcome to this Thor Ragnarok video. So like I said in my video I uploaded today, the Flash one, we have quite a lot of Comic Con news which has come out, obviously because Comic Con is absolutely massive, and well, there is a lot that I haven't actually talked about that I would have actually liked to talk about. So as opposed to spamming you with a lot of uploads in your subscription feed, I'm spreading these bad boys out for you as we head into the break, as we got more time left until the Flash, Arrow, etc. are back on our screens, and we've got a long time until Thor Ragnarok itself comes out, and we're just buying our time really until the amazing Infinity War is actually released. But the Thor Ragnarok trailer actually released and revealed some very curious cameos. Now, if you're new to the channel, a like and a subscribe is super appreciated. And if you're new, please do click that bell button so you get notifications. But Thor Ragnarok is looking stunning. It's the closest we are ever going to get to Planet Hulk and perhaps the subsequent World War Hulk, where what happened was we had Bruce Banner sent away by the Illuminati, and then he landed on a planet and became a gladiator and eventually ended up ruling the whole of the aforementioned planet, which is a stunning comic book, and I highly recommend reading it before you go into the Thor Ragnarok, because it's a lot different. Age of Ultron was different, Civil War was different, so you're not going to get any spoilers, you're just going to have a different experience. In some ways, I think Age of Ultron was a lot better. I mean, who can argue with Wolverine and Sue Storm going back in time to kill Hank Pym? But I digress. Thor Ragnarok, like I said, is looking amazing. Taika Waititi, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He is just a fantastic director. We had him with What We Do in the Shadows, which is a fantastic vampire movie comedy, which is highly recommended by myself. It's one of my favourite comedies I have seen of all time. But Thor Ragnarok is directed by him, and he has also hinted that we are going to get one hell of an Easter egg run. So I'm going to be busy after Thor Ragnarok comes out, presenting all the Easter eggs to you lovely selves. But in the trailer, we have a brand new trailer which gives us more of an insight into what is going on. And we see the totem pole building that the Grand Master resides in, and we know that we will be getting a Gladiator Hulk, just like we did in Planet Hulk. And it seems that we have a Hulk who loves living on this planet and crushing things and destroying them. He hasn't spoken in 2 years, he hasn't reverted into Bruce Banner in 2 years. And this totem pole, well, this totem pole's really interesting, because on it we actually see some cameos. We see Man-Thing, we see Beta Ray Bill, we see Ares, and we also see By-Beast. Now, first of all, Beta Ray Bill is definitely the most interesting of these, in my opinion. Not because of the character like being extra cool or whatever. I'm not really too much of a fan of Beta Ray Bill. I've never really been too into the Thor comics, but his story is interesting, just because the villain of the films, or the villain, is Hela, but we also have Surtur and his fire demons in this film. So this film will feature Surtur, who is a extra-dimensional kind of beast, or it's kind of similar, I would say, to Mephisto, and also to the one that we also got, or it was hinted at in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the season just gone. So it kind of straddles the Doctor Strange and the Ghost Rider ways, which I expect to see more of that possibly in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., maybe, depending upon if they haven't reverted into Sword. But that's another theory which you can check out on my channel. But what happens is Beta Ray Bill is of the planet the Corbinites, and then Surtur actually comes a portal to his planet and destroys his whole planet. And then later on, Beta Ray Bill manages to get his hands on Mjolnir, and then he is forced to actually fight our friend Thor for the rights of having the hammer. Now, the powers of Beta Ray Bill are actually given to him by Odin. Now, we know that Loki, he's masquerading as Odin, and we know that he's actually going to be a very bad sort of leader, and he's going to cause this Ragnarok. And Surtur was also the cause of Ragnarok as well. He was destined to be part of it in the comics as well. So it's kind of weird that we've got these two who are seemingly linked. All three characters, Thor, Surtur, and Beta Ray Bill, they are linked in the history of their origins. So I kind of expect we might see Beta Ray Bill. I'm not sure if it's kind of too crazy for the MCU just yet, but then again, we've got a fucking talking tree in Guardians of the Galaxy. So I'm not too sure if, you know what, we can have Beta Ray Bill. It would make sense. I think that it would be an interesting way of doing things. Not sure how they are going to add it in. Maybe he could be a gladiator in the arena just as his normal self. He could be just as the Corbinite version. And I expect that the others really are going to be sort of villains for, or members of the gladiator arena. Now, Man-Thing is Theodore Salis, and he's someone quite similar to Bruce Banner, who actually worked on something to try and stop and help the army work with biological warfare and not be killed, and that he also worked on the super soldier serum. So this kind of actually completely goes wrong. And what's interesting is that it was all about Project Gladiator. That was the name of what he wanted to do. So he also fights against demons as well. So that is kind of weird. As well as this, we've also got By-Beast, who's the other version as well, another person on this totem pole who actually had fights with Bruce Banner as well. So there's quite a lot of things here which actually fit in quite well. We've got a lot of these characters which have very, very close connections to the actual characters. However, we had Cosmo the Wonder Dog over in Guardians of the Galaxy, and he was actually technically part of the Guardians as well in the reboot of them, the new team that we had the film based on. So who knows what's actually going to happen. However, let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think that we will be getting Beta Ray Bill, or will we just see him as someone who is in the arena? But that is it. I'll see you soon, and goodbye.